graffiti is different every time I come to this train track. I just wish they wouldn't spray on the outside of it. It's kind of an asshole thing to do. But I guess that's the point. At one time it was spray paint fuck Trump all the way across. Way back in the day in 2016 it was about fuck Hillary Clinton. Now the Arabs are taking over, so it's going to get ugly soon. I'm hoping I won't be in the United States anymore. We're going to climb this gigantic mountain of physical despair to get up there, see what the inside looks like. Homeless people sleep up here, and drug addicts and shit just party up here. Who knows, maybe we'll see a deer, but it rained all morning, so we might not. Alright, what are they doing this time? Oh yeah, and there's weed places all over the place now, so people can get high legally and exploit their creativity. Pill bottles. Magnificent. I already showed you about 70% of what happens when you walk in this direction. When I turn around, I can keep walking, but eventually the road is going to stop because it stops at a parking lot for Sorrento Cheese. And that's a school bus station. Hopefully it goes out of business because it means kids aren't getting brainwashed by pedophiles. Not that it's bad to permanently destroy a kid's life just because you're a bad person who's better off dead, I'm just saying. Pray I hope I don't step on needles. No needles, please. Yeah, somebody spray painted over fuck Trump unless I'm not paying attention. And you can see it from here. This is South Park. And there's another mountain of physical hoarders right over there. That's the Sorrento Cheese Factory. Probably an ambulance chase around the front of that thing. We got bunches of those too. I forget what else other kinds of animals we see when we walk this path, but rabbits too sometimes. That's the Buffalo Botanical Garden / South Buffalo Golf Course. I know the view isn't great, but oh well. This place smells, no matter how long you live in this neighborhood, that smell never gets better. I don't know how to describe it. It's like Limburger cheese, except it smells worse than that. You get used to it, but you never not notice that it exists, because that's how bad it is. You could live here for all you 50 years and you'd still smell it. At least I'm pretty sure that it ends at a parking lot. It's kind of sad that this place is such a man-hating, fucking morally bankrupted shithole, because it's surrounded by nature and you should be able to enjoy it, but you can't, because everybody hates your guts and wants you dead for being a white male because they're fucking stupid. But otherwise, this place is fantastic. All the way over there on the other side of that street is where the Goose Island is. They don't have the balls to stick around during the winter, though. Yeah, I've seen deer and rabbits and then birds, but apparently birds aren't real. They're a conspiracy. But I've seen them. Maybe it doesn't stop at the parking lot. I can't remember what the point of going any further than this is. I hear ya. I really wish these train tracks would train track again. I don't think they've ever train tracked in my entire life, but they might have. Captain Obvious. I think, yeah, walking all the way down to this, I think walking all the way down there just takes you another train. It's been so long. I have to sit down pretty soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are trains. I'm pretty sure they go to Angola, New York. You can drive there at regular speed on a, I don't know, an expressway, I think, or a route, I don't know what, Route 4, Route 5. Yeah, you can drive down Route 5 at normal speed, and that train will get to Angola at the same time that you do. Although I could be wrong. All I know is that if I walk down now the other bridge, I think that's trailer park territory wide on the right that we can't see from up here. Ugh. Ugh. Oof. I guess the parking lot stretches back farther than I thought. It is hot out here. I'm not going to take off all my clothes though, because I don't want to go to prison. Can't wait to get out of America, but I seriously need help. I should have left before I broke my back, but I didn't become angry enough to seriously want to leave until people started celebrating Charlie Kirk getting shot. That's when I knew I needed to get out of here. Well, no, a month before that, before I turned 40, when I turned 44, I knew I had to get out of here. Every day, especially in cities like this, it's white people this and white people that and blah, blah, blah. And everybody else is a victim of something, but you have to take responsibility for every single thing you say and do for your entire life. I tried to go to Colombia and that didn't work, and I don't know if I want to try again, so I don't know, maybe Argentina. I prefer to go to a white country like Poland or Switzerland or Italy or something like that, but the business class ticket prices are insane. I would need a business seat because I would have to be able to lay down for most of a flight that long, and it's like 3 or 4K round trip, which I guess isn't bad, but it is when you can't work for money without going to jail. Alright, that should have killed the pain enough. Let's do this, Brutus. Oh. That's got to be a train down there. Yeah, I was kind of right. It isn't really worth walking any further than the back of the parking lot, but I think we will anyway because I've never seen graffiti on that bridge before. I don't know if it has anything to do with the moods of the people here either, but I've been surrounded by cemeteries my entire life, and I don't know if that subconsciously drains your ability to smile properly every day, or if that's just a crutch to lean on, but they're all over the city. We're literally surrounded by them. I've been, for like 90% of my life, I've lived near a graveyard that one of my brothers is buried in. Ooh. What's up, buddy? I have never seen a snake before. This is the first time I've ever seen a snake up here, bud. You can go if you want to. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just trying to cross, but I don't know if you'll bite me or not, because I don't know much about snakes. Go ahead, bud. I got to get through. You know what? I'll walk around you. I'll be the gentleman. It is all good, bud. I do not want any trouble. Good job. Okay, so I guess there's snakes around here. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I don't know everything either. I literally learn something new every day because I've never seen a snake up in these tracks. Shouldn't be surprised by it because that's all. Technically, if the water was a little bit more noticeable, it would be complete swampland. So yesterday I got caught by surprise by a deer. Today I got caught by surprise by a snake. I just don't know what kind. Somebody will have to tell me. Yeah, their parking lot just stretches insanely far back. I gotta watch my step now. Kind of paranoid. Kinda paranoid. Kinda paranoid. Don't you come out of there and stab me, you homeless guy, with your fentanyl and your bath salts and your Delta 8. Don't even try it. Uh-oh. I might actually have to sit under that bridge. I guess good ideas are good ideas even when they're bad ideas. You only live once, got to have some kind of sense of adventure. He told me it was going to be dry and sunny at 11 o'clock, but I don't know what time it is. And whether people are liars, filthy, dirty liars. Oh, yeah. Look, a deer. That's day 2. And a dog. Is that why the deer was running? I'm on an African lion safari today, kids. All I need to see is a lion actually come out. Deer I saw yesterday was a camera hog. Kind of makes me wonder if reincarnation is real, because I never see deer on these train tracks in the mid-afternoon. It's usually somewhere between 6 and 9 in the morning. And yesterday I was sure I wasn't going to see one, and then I did. So either that was just coincidence, or somebody I care about was saying hi to me with their fluffy little tail. Where are we? I think I know where we are. Just let me get to the bridge before the thunder starts clapping. I cannot tell I have never walked this far down before. Not in this direction. This video is only supposed to be like 2 minutes long. This is probably a stupid idea. Huh. This is the kind of life I want, just an apartment in the middle of like nowhere like this, like with neighbors like 15 yards apart from me, because my crippled ass is going to need some help every once in a while. And not too far away to be able to get Amazon and Walmart deliveries because I can't drive, because if my right leg jolts at the wrong time, a lot of people are going to be dead. But yeah, I'd even be happy with a modernized tool shed from Home Depot, but the problem is that these assholes at disability don't want you to have anything except the money that they give you because you live here legally. So if I had a dwelling place like that, I don't know how I would be able to keep it. This really sucks. I'm better than this. That's why I want to get out of the United States. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I didn't obsess about being a great writer for 20 years so that I could be crippled and living on disability. I'd rather have a job in a newsroom somewhere, but you can't get them here because you're not allowed to print the truth in the mainstream, and the mom and pop newspapers are gone, and with all the DEIs and affirmative actions, it's nearly impossible for a white guy to get hired. Especially if you're not willing to be a lying scumbag. Like, every single person in the mainstream media is a lying scumbag. I can't tell you about everybody from the middle ground down because I don't know them all, and I don't understand why they do what they're doing for. But I studied in college long enough to know that everybody in the mainstream media is full of shit because I was 20 on 9/11 and knew my life was over as soon as I heard Rachel Maddow say that those Twin Towers fell organically. Because I was 20 years old, I had spent 20 years walking through hell just to get to that point, only to find out 2 weeks into college that everything I worked for was a complete waste of my time. And I've been extremely bitter about it ever since. And it's a miracle I didn't commit suicide because everybody pretends to be awake now. But for the 20 years between 9/11 and the 25 years between 9/11 and now, all of a sudden everybody's awake now. All of a sudden everybody's Gary Webb now. They're not calling you a crazy piece of shit who just doesn't want to work. They're not calling you unmotivated and lazy. They're saying, hey, maybe after 20 years of telling me the exact same shit, this guy might be right. But I'm still going to watch the news anyway. Because, you can't trust them, but you're still going to watch them. Because you got to know what's going on, even though none of it's true. Except for maybe bake sales and other stuff like that. But when it comes to the Carmelo Anthony stuff, you never know what's real and what's not, because all the world is a stage. And if you think Nick Shirley popped up overnight just out of nowhere, you're fucking crazy, especially in a country where white Christian straight men are hated with passions I'm not capable of experiencing. He didn't just pop up. He didn't just go from being a prank YouTuber to exposing fraud overnight. And even if he did, there's millions of people that expose fraud every day, but for some reason he's the one that blew up. It's not sour grapes, more power to him, but I'm not stupid and I don't appreciate being treated like I am. Which is one of the reasons why I'm surprised I lived this long. Okay, I know where we are. I just don't recognize the street. Yeah, if I keep going, it looks like I'm going to end up at a field. I'll just sit under that bridge until it stops raining. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, my great-grandfather, my dad's grandfather is from Sicily. And he's buried in a cemetery somewhere. Not outside of the city of Buffalo, but somewhere in the North Towns. And then I graduated college from 2001, so I basically did the full circle thing for him. So I'd love to go back there because I have nothing to stay here for, and every day of my life here is a bigger waste of time than the day before it was. Aside from being grateful that I'm still alive. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, sure, that was a controlled demolition, guy. You're only 20 years old, but you know everything. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. And that's when I knew I didn't have any respect for anybody that was teaching me the business, but I had to bite my tongue and kiss ass for 4 years because I needed the degree. But if I saw them now, I'd call them pieces of shit that I don't have any respect for, because you would think that 2 weeks into college, 9/11 happens, you would think that would chew up the load of our course or work for my entire run in college, and it didn't chew up any of it. They only talked about it for like a week until after it happened. They cared more about, what is that called? that legislation that Bush passed. Oh, they cared more about the consequences of the Patriot Act back then than they did about whether or not the 9/11 was organic or an inside job. So, you know, fuck them, but thanks for the education. Because they did teach me the right way and the wrong way. And my stupid ass chose the right way because I got to be able to sleep at night. This is a shithole. Alright, I gotta turn this thing off because I don't want it to get rained on my walk back, and I don't want to get bit by a snake, so I gotta pay better attention.